Can you hear me? Might look like it's working. So I open up this for 1 hour for a chance for people running for office to give their reason why people should go out tomorrow and vote for them. One person has confirmed he hasn't logged on yet, but I said we'll start at 1 o'clock. Thank you, Cheeky Monkey. If you haven't gotten out to vote yet, hey Diane, if you haven't voted by mail, then chances are you're deciding if you want to go out and cast your ballot. It's interesting because when I grew up, you only had the option of going to your voting booth to vote. You didn't have the option of mail in or voting all week long. So things have changed. Uh, People have had the opportunity now to take a chance to look at everything. And as a journalist, I can't tell you who to vote for or who to vote against. All I can tell you is that you can look at and make a decision based on the facts. Uh, and hello, Car Cam Clips. I've been live every Sunday, so welcome. First time you get to see me live. We are waiting for some to pop on, and it's always a process when you're doing something live. And I can see them backstage when they do log on, and then they get 5 minutes. I'm not going to ask. I mean, other than the question is why would anyone vote for you? You have the 5 minutes to respond. There will be no questions from the audience. I know people want to question and see what have ideas for questions, and then of course other people will be like, well, why didn't you give my candidate a chance? So I opened up to anybody who's running for office, not just any particular person. I sent the links out. It's on Twitter. Uh, if you want to find the link, just click it. If you're watching it now, you don't have to click it because you can see it. It is on Twitter, but you can't respond on Twitter. I'm not looking at your comments on there. But we'll wait. We'll give them a chance. I got till 2 o'clock. After 2, everything, whatever's done, will be done. And if no one shows up, hey, I gave you a chance. And who am I? Why should I give anybody a chance? I mean, what makes me any different from anybody else? Well, here is the difference: is that I'm literally giving you a chance to speak up. You have you can take this video and say it and use it whatever you want, however you want. Uh, but it's just you talking. Excuse my cough. I literally just got over 14 days of COVID. So it's been a brutal 14 days. Still have a little bit of the cough going on here, but I tested negative. I got a C on my test, which means clear as far as I'm concerned. The T means you still have it. I have a C. So, Kara Clips Road, I've always listened to your live streams, but this is the first time I've been able to see you. I'm a longtime fan. Thank you, Kara Clips. You know, it's funny. I had a person the other day who claimed they were a longtime fan and that they were no longer a fan anymore because I was a bully. And the irony of that was that this person who claimed to be a longtime fan, didn't know that I hadn't been at Cron for over 4 years and thought that by tagging me with Cron that it would get me fired. Excuse me. I really wish people would stop trying to get me fired at Cron. I haven't been there in 4 years. It's like it's not going to work. Not there. So that was you made yourself look. You played yourself when you said you were going to basically get me blocked and fired from Cron, from TV. And so that didn't work. So then you moved on to something new. And, it's like you're looking for some way to do this. Anyway, I'm still waiting for. I know I did get a personal acceptance from Sheriff Greg Ahern, say it right. So I expect him to log on at any point. But until then, I mean, if you have any questions for me, I'm on YouTube. You can go there. You can write your questions in the chat, and anyone who is wants to ask me a question, I'll do the best I can to answer it. However, if you're going to ask me for my political opinion, I'm going to ask you to not, because I'm here as a journalist and I can't give you my opinion for who, what, where, and how, but we can talk about some of the facts. And I notice I'm reading, and I know this is going to turn political, even though because it is political. But we're not going to get into a quote unquote pissing match as to who is better than anyone else. We'll give them a chance to speak, give them a chance to talk, see what they have to say. I didn't give anyone ample warning, so no one was warned in advance. They all got the notification at the same time that this was available to them. So if they are busy, which they might be, then they may not be able to log on. But if you have the ability and you can do it, it's a good chance. Now I get it. Most people have already voted by mail. So why do you care about what a particular person running for office or being recalled has to say? Because if you made your decision, well, then you made your decision. I get it. I'm not here to change your decision. I'm not here to do anything. I'm just here to give you a chance to speak up. I placed the link. I placed the link in the YouTube channel, which will get you onto the backstage where I can, first of all, see who you are to make sure you are a candidate and not someone hoping to get in here and those old where they hack on and then they just say something stupid like Bawa Booey or whatever it is. And Car Clips like, I wish they had more journalists like you. Most take sides and don't want to start crap. And I don't want to start crap, but I also don't want to take sides. But if there's overwhelming evidence that the person who ran for office or is running for office or is being recalled for office has done some things that are questionable, it's going to be out there. You don't make up stuff. And if you make it up, it can be disproven one way or another. I've never been a big fan of politics, although if you don't know, I got my first taste of what it's like to run for office when I lived in Foster City, California. I ran for city council, which was, just for the record, running for city council in Foster City. It's supposed to be nonpartisan, if I'm saying that right, meaning that there's no political affiliation. There's no Democrat, there's no Republican, there's nothing. It's just you're running and you're not picking any sides. In theory, I ran as an independent. But what I found out was running as independent was that you get nobody that will back you because either you're Republican or you're Democrat. If you're running for independent, you get no one will want to donate to your campaign because you're not one or the other. And I just got notification that Greg Ahern will be coming shortly. So that'll be great because I'm running out of breath. I'm just kidding. So I learned a very valuable lesson that you have to pick a side, even if it's nonpartisan. Because if you run as an independent, and now I understand the process, I guess by me running, it helped me understand the process, the political process. And you wonder, why can't an independent get elected? Well, because there are no people that actually heavily donate to an independent. They will donate to a Republican, they will donate to then you have the Green Party, and then you have all the different other parties that run. And unless there's an actual party affiliation, and I asked, why nobody even offered to donate? Well, you put down an independent. Or what I wrote down was I actually didn't write independent. So let me clarify that. What I wrote was I didn't want to qualify. I did not want to specify my affiliation, which is basically not running either platform. So therefore, nothing comes in. So I had to switch and go to one or the other. Now, another irony of that whole thing was, and thank you, Characters. I appreciate that you stuck around for as long as you did, but Greg's will be here shortly. So if you can, then hang out. Another thing I found out was that I ran, as you know me, I'm a very strong-willed person. And when I run for an office, or for that particular reason, I ran with a certain platform. The platform was that they wanted a school. They couldn't figure out what to do with the land by City Hall. Should there be a school there or should there not be a school? And I'm pro-education, always have been. I think people should learn I think that sports players make more money, shouldn't make as much money as teachers. Teachers should make more money than sports players. That's just my opinion. But what do I know? It's funny. I heard yesterday NBA stands for never broke again. But and then that gets me to the whole thing with how teachers have to use their own money to buy school supplies so they can teach their children. But now we want to give them guns. So we can't give them school supplies, but we can give them guns. If that isn't as twisted as it gets, I don't know what else to say about it. But I ran on the platform that the school should be built in that property. And I stuck my guns to it, and everyone else was against it. And then one of the guys who was running against me, as he went door to door, they asked, "Hey, are you for or against the school?" Well, apparently, a lot of people were for the school, and he was against the school. He was hardcore against the school, and he was a former police officer for Foster City. He was clearly against the schools being built. And then he heard so many people saying, "Well, that other guy, that would be me, is running for the schools," and I think that's a great idea. I love the idea. He switched. He switched stream and started saying, "I'm for the school." He got voted. He got elected. Then when he got elected, he went back to being against the school. So, I guess it's like fishing. You put the right bait in, you catch what you want, and then once you catch your fish, you can just throw the rest of the bait away because you don't need it anymore. So, I'm sorry for coughing. Oh, man. So if we wait, and I can see when he logs in, and I'll let you know, and we'll have to do a little quick mic check before we start any question and answer. But he'll be backstage. I'll bring him on stage, and then we will chit chat. This is Gotham SF. And if you don't know what this is, if you've never heard of Gotham SF, this is an up and coming news agency in the Bay Area where I kill with the idea, unbiased, unapologetic, meaning that it's our goal to not pick a side. It's our goal to just look at the facts. And if the facts are against one side, then again, the facts are the facts. And it gives people, again, an unbiased chance of giving their, okay, well, he says he's in, but I don't see him. Let me text him real quick because I don't see him popping up on my screen. I don't see you. So I'm sure he's here somewhere. I just don't see him. So I'm going to send him an invite again to click the link. So if you're here, here's the link to click. And that should bring you on, Greg, if you're there. You should be able to see you. Click that. I'll just tell you, click link. Oh, it's circling. So he's trying to get a signal. That's the bad part. I have 500K, so my signal's good. It's going to take a minute for him to log in. All right, I'm going to send them the link again. So, welcome to live, whatever it is. It's never easy. Stand by for a minute while I send him this linky. Hold on. How do I find this? There we go. Well, at least we know he's waiting. We just got to get him in. And, sometimes people have a hard time figuring out links. Let me make sure I got this right. Okay. So, oh, that's me. All right, here we go. So send him the link right now again. Paste and send. Ooh, you heard that? I wasn't sending it to him. So I know it works because I just sent myself and I saw myself on the screen. Maxim, you can ask a question right now, but you can't ask questions of the candidate. If you have a question for me, I know it's not a slow news day. By the way, that is the quickest way to upset a journalist is to say slow news day or slow news week. because there's never a slow news day or news week. We just like to post some random stuff. All right, so now we're just waiting, and it should pop up. But what's your question, Maxim, while I'm waiting? Go ahead, type your question. Maxim, 4x4. And I'm not going to use the word boomer, but, some people have a hard time with links. Because I'm a boomer, so I can get away with it. Just waiting. So go ahead, Maxim. What's your question? I'm listening. I'm waiting to read it while I wait for him to pop in. Once he pops in, though, I may jump out of it. Oh, he says, bad link? No. You're killing me, Smalls. I just checked your notice, so I checked in. Well, thank you for checking in. All right, hold on. Stay with me, people. I'm going to send him a quick email on this way, so that way I know there's no more mistakes. There's a link. Paste. Hold on, Greg. Hey, I'm going to send you a link one more time. Just stand by. I am going to do it again. All right. So it's not his fault. Apparently, it's my fault. So stand with me. Which one? Make sure I have the right email address. Oh, no, different email address. There we go. And sent. All right, there we go. And get back to you guys. All right, so I tried again. I gotta love live streaming. It's crazy. Like, hey, come on in. Well, the link don't work. Oh, okay, but I'll try. All I can do is keep trying. I thank everybody for being here. Hey, Stanley. Hey, Stanley. Hey, Gabriel. Appreciate you popping in. If I vote for you, will you quash all my parking tickets? There we go. He's popping in. No, I will not. Matter of fact, I'll make sure they write you more tickets. So wait to see if he pops in real quick. I see you. I need to see your picture first. Got a green signal, so we're working. It's coming. Let me see. So he is popping in. It's gonna take a minute.
You're talking about me that whole time? Hello? Hello?
I can't hear you. Turn your mic up. You're muted, maybe.
Oh, the bubble's coming up.
I can see you trying to talk, but I don't hear you. Let me just make sure I'm not turned down. No, I'm turned all the way up. So, you hear him? Well, wow, isn't that crazy? Because I can't hear him. So let me see if I can do a way where I can hear him. Stand by. We had this problem before where I couldn't hear the person talking. There he is. I see him now.
Oh, that was a trouble deal. Hey,
hold on.
We're back.
I see you. I'm just trying to hear you now.
All right. How's the voice?
I think that's on my end. Wait a minute. Stand by. Audio. All right. I may have to call. There he is. I see him.
All right.
I just can't hear him. So hold on. I'm going to log in on my own app so I can hear it myself. Hold on 1 second.
Can you hear me?
I know everybody can hear him but me, and I'm here. Isn't that crazy? Hold on, Greg. Stay with me. Matt, you're not driving, though, right?
No, sir.
All right. That's the important part. I'm going to pull up the video. There you go. All right. Say something to me.
Say something to me. All right.
Pull up the video. There you go.
We're good.
All right. Say something to me.
Say something to me. Good
Okay.
afternoon.
All right. So here's the deal. You're exactly 5 minutes to tell us why we should vote for you. I'm not gonna ask you any questions. I'm just gonna let you get 5 minutes to talk. You get to tell people why they should vote for you and why they should get up tomorrow morning or today and go out and vote for you for office. Go.
All right. Well, hello, and thank you very much for having me on your program. It's exciting times for us. I'm hoping all of your listeners can get out there and vote tomorrow or today and vote for Sheriff Gregory J. Ahern. I am the most experienced and qualified candidate. I've been in law enforcement business since 1980. I've been your elected sheriff since 2006 when I took over from office from Charles C. Plummer. I was in office in 2007. I began a number of programs that I'm very proud of. I've been training our people for active shooters since 2007, and you see the importance of that with what's going on in today's society. We've also had programs that I created called the Youth and Family Services Bureau, which addresses a lot of the issues around people returning to custody. We try to stop the cycle of violence and stop recidivism the best we can. Our political team has put together a program that we refer to as prevention, enforcement, programs, and services. We've been working on this element for a number of years now. We want to prevent crime from ever occurring. And so we do that by education, through training, by having a very obvious presence in our community so we can avoid crime and we can insist on others not to commit the criminal acts that they may be thinking of simply by our presence there. Next, we do enforcement. There's a lot of crime in Alameda County. We want to make sure we're addressing that violent crime. We're addressing the number of drug transactions that go on. Recently, we did an investigation where we recovered over 90 pounds of fentanyl, which we believe save lives. Next, we work on programs for those people that do end up in our custody. We have a number of programs that have been very successful over the years called the Moms and Dads programs. They've been recognized throughout the nation as some of the best examples for people incarcerated to reform their lives. Recently, we started some vocational training where we work on carpentry skills, work on commercial painting, work on auto detailing, and we send people right from custody to employment, like our programs with Dig Deep Farms. Next, we provide services. I'm the only candidate that continues to talk about services for our community. We want to make sure that you're safe when you go to work. We want to make sure your family's safe when they're going to schools. We want to make sure that people feel comfortable in and around the environment of Alameda County. We provide services to those people that call us. We provide services to those that are victims of crime. And most recently this weekend, I was out providing services to those people involved with Special Olympics. We have an entire unit that goes out, volunteers their own time, and we raised thousands of dollars for Special Olympics. These are individuals that are trying to improve their life, improve their quality of their life by going to these Special Olympic events. And it's very rewarding to go out and work with those people so that they can have a chance to show their skills in their Special Olympic event. Next, we do a lot of charity work. One of the charities we're very proud of is the George Mark Foundation. And that's a institution located in the unincorporated area of San Leandro that works with people at the end of life terms for their children. So they sadly have to deal with issues that their may not be living a very long life. And those people at the George Marks Hospital take care of the families and take care of those patients with care and compassion. So again, we want to make sure that we provide all of these services to reduce the 5 factors of crime. In our work that we do, we recognize crime as being involved with education, unemployment, poverty, health, and environment. And my agency continues to work on reducing those elements that produce crime so that we can have quality of life in our area. That's where you'll be proud to live and work and stay and make sure Alameda County continues to thrive in its advantages for our community members. So law enforcement and public protection and your safety are our priorities. So we'll continue to work on those 4 main issues of prevention, enforcement, programs, and services, so all people in community have the best sheriff's office in the United States of America. So please make sure you check my name at the ballot, Sheriff Gregory J. Ahern for Sheriff Alameda County. Appreciate your vote.
Wow, you still have 39 seconds left. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So I mean, I'm watching them reading some of the comments, and people are like, "I vote for you right away," just from some of your comments. And as I said, this isn't a Q&A. However, I'm going to mention that I've worked with your agency when I did the people behaving badly segments, and I've worked with different parts of it, enforcement and other things related to it. And I noticed that you guys are like, with things that have been going on, you guys have kind of taken a hit with this whole with things that have been going on lately and defund the police and all that. How do you? I mean, what do we do now to reestablish and to try to meet a happy medium with everything that's been going on?
Right. So we think that defunding the police is not the answer to better law enforcement. What we're trying to do is reform law enforcement and how it works. What we're trying to do is engage our deputies with the community. And so the community gets to meet us and find out that we're actually human, that we have a human side to what we do, about a compassion and a purpose. Just today, we're working with veterans that are in our custody. Recently, a veteran was released. We've worked with them, tried to explain our services that we can provide to them. And that veteran today simply text the word help. Text help to one of our deputies. Two of our teams went out today, met with that individual, and brought him back so nothing bad would happen. He wouldn't violate the law. He wouldn't continue on with any drug abuse and wouldn't continue on drinking any more alcoholic beverages. So it's that type of thing that we want to continue to stress, that we're here to help people. All of our people that signed up for law enforcement, when they ask in their interview, hey, what would you like to do? I'm here to help. Well, we're going to make you fulfill that dream and continue to help people in our society.
Okay, so here's a question that is, I guess, a global issue. Global, when I say global, I mean United States right now. We're having a huge amount of gun violence from everywhere. I mean, even here in Ramen, I'm in Phoenix right now.
Mhm.
And we've had an issue in Phoenix and Tucson. There's been Philadelphia, which ironically, remember, I don't know if you remember this person, but remember she was a PIO for Oakland PD, Danielle Outlaw.
Sure.
She's the chief of police for Philadelphia now.
Right.
So but I've noticed that she's dealing with this issue, and it's all around. It's not just, some people will say this, that, or whatever, or red or blue, but it seems to be everywhere. How would you, as a sheriff, address what's going on right now if you could?
So I would suggest a balance, because we have the constitutional right of the Second Amendment to have firearms. However, some of those firearms are extremely dangerous to possess and have created so much harm in our society. So California has some of the best gun laws in the nation, and we have to recommend these gun laws be followed throughout the United States. So, the things that are simple, the registration of firearms, the backgrounds check, these things seem very reasonable to me. But the other side of the problem is that so many of our criminals in our society own and possess those firearms, and they're not going to turn them in. If they're willing to violate the law and shoot at people, do harm, and kill others, I doubt that they're going to comply with the laws that you write. So good people will continue to follow all laws as written. And I think it's important for law enforcement to be out there to enforce the laws, specifically around gun violence, where those people aren't obeying the law. So we go after people who are armed and prohibitive. We need to have good district attorneys who prosecute and file these cases. And we need to have these guns taken off the street from those people that are intent on doing harm to our citizens.
Okay, so and just for the record, I opened this up to everyone at the exact same time. So you didn't get a head start. No one got a head start as to be able to come on here and talk. I just put it out there randomly. Mm-hmm. The ability to people to have a chance to talk, and you stepped up. Why?
Because I think this is very important. I'm really proud of what I've built on this agency, and I'm really proud of the direction that we're going, and I'm really inspired on how successful we can be with me in office. I don't think the other candidates have the drive, the knowledge, the experience to do the things that I've done or to do the things that we're doing now. And so I think I'm the best choice. I'm the most motivated. I have the most experience and qualifications. And I think it's important for our community to have those services brought to them so they feel safe. It's very important that we continue to be safe. And I know there's better days ahead. And so we can focus on what we're doing. We can improve on everything that we do. And we want to be the best sheriff's office in the United States of America.
Sheriff Ahern, thank you again. Thank you for taking time to come on here and do. You could have just said I decline. You could have easily stepped away and said I'm not. It's just Stanley. I don't care.
Huh.
But, I appreciate that. Thank you for taking time to talk to
There's
me.
nothing like just Stanley. Stanley's the man. All right. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and good luck tomorrow. And
Well, thank you.
may everything work out in your favor.
All right.
And you be
I
safe.
hope so we can talk again.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So he says, I stand the man. That's cool. So it's important that, that everybody has a chance to step up and talk. It was great that he stepped in and he had a chance to talk. I mean, we have 30 minutes left, maybe less than that. We have about 25 minutes left. This is open to anyone. I mean, Chesa Bodine, if you want to come on here, you're welcome to it. If you tell me, if you let me know that you're interested in coming on, I'll wait even longer. And yeah, next time we'll do this and we'll have it set up. We'll grill them for 5 minutes and we'll ask the super hard questions. But right now, I wanted to give everybody a chance to speak up. The chance is available. The chance was also given to Kevin. I'm sure I'm sure he would have jumped on the chance if he could have. Troy, I forgot another person. I sent a bunch of links out. So if you're out there and you have the ability to log in right now, if you know how to reach me, text me. I'll send you a link again. But as I was saying before you came on, that the important part is that you guys need to get out there and vote. And no, I do not know Michael Schellenberger personally. I've never met him, although people have asked me over and over again that we should meet. But it's the funniest thing about people who say I should meet people is that I'll show up to meet them, and then someone out of the clear blue sky will walk up and ask me, "Why am I doing here?" Not because they think I'm here as a journalist. They just, "What are you doing here, and who are you?" So, I've had that happen on a few occasions where people wonder, "Who am I, and why am I even here in the first place?" And like I just randomly walked into their house and started eating their food. But it is what it is. It's like he replied to one of your tweets in 2019. Okay, well, thank you, Gabriel, that you remember that. I don't remember him replying to my tweets, but I appreciate that you knew that. But if anyone knows about what happened to me in the last 10 years, all you got to do is ask Gabriel Shapiro, because he apparently has a log of everything I've ever done, down to the day I sneezed and what time it was and when I said or did not say God bless you. So thank you, Gabriel, for keeping track of stuff that I can't keep track of. Let's see, what else is going on here? So back to running for office. So I didn't remember it. I just looked it up. Yeah, well, okay. I don't know how to look it up. So again, Greg showed up. I applaud him for that. He didn't have to. He wasn't required to. I mean, I just put it out there for people to come on. You got a few more minutes. If you want to come on, you really get 5 minutes. I gave Greg more because there was no one waiting in line. Although, I'm sure that maybe they're having problems. But if you can see this and you can hear my voice, then and yes, I did have Greg on Reasons Why Aliens Would Ever Invade Earth last year, and this is a chance for anyone who is running for office or is being recalled to speak up. Now, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to probably regret this. If you are for the recall of Chesa Bodine, and probably said it wrong, click the link. Come on. I'll give you two. You're not a candidate. I'll give you 2 minutes to tell me why you're for or against the recall. But this ends at 2 o'clock. So if you are for or against the recall, click this link. You get to come on and you get to say something sane, something logical, something that makes sense. Do not come on here and start going off. Just keep it simple. If you have something to say, logical. I'm going to say that. Logical, because oh my God, this thing has set up a firestorm of just stuff that I'm like, what the heck is going on? So uh, if you want to log on, and you have to show your face, you don't get to do it anonymously. So if you have enough more, what do you call it, what I'm looking for? If you have enough strength to come on here and look on here and say why you think either you're for or against it, this is your chance. The link is there. This is your chance. Other than, obviously we know Susan is part of Gotham SF, so we want someone who has the ability to come on, not me or not Susan, someone else to come on and tell me why. And it's and I've been reading some of the stories, and some of those stories are cringeworthy of what's been going on out of that old office there. Now I hear Jesse Jackson's in town. He's for it. I'm sure Jesse won't pop on here, but it's quiet right now. Everybody's going out to vote. I'm waiting. I would know if it pops it on the screen because I would see it. And it's on YouTube. If you want to respond, if you're trying to respond by Twitter, you have to go to YouTube. The link is on there. I posted a YouTube. I'll repost the YouTube link again. Let me see if I can do it here. It's Mr. Badley Productions on YouTube. Mr. Badley Productions, youtube.com, Mr. Badley Productions. You can come on here. You get a few minutes. Tell me why you're for it or why you are against it. So it's really simple. That's all you got to write. youtube.com/Mr. Badley Productions. You're welcome to come on right now. And since no other candidate has signed up to chit chat, you get 2 minutes to convince me which direction I should vote. Now, keep this in mind. I'm in Phoenix. I don't get to vote. So what you say doesn't make or break me. But imagine I'm someone who is on the fence right now. This is your chance to take them off the fence and go the direction you think they should go. But if you're going to come on here and start just going, and I've seen some of the crazy stuff because I have been personally attacked and I'm not even involved in the process. It's like, and the crazy part about personally being attacked is that it's not random individuals. If you go back and look at the follow list, they all follow each other. Not one follows the other. They both follow each other. So if you both following each other and you're both attacking me, that leads me to believe that you guys are in on the process. I don't know what else to think because, I don't know other way to describe that other than concerted effort. So again, if you want to participate, I already posted the link. I'll post it again. And you have a chance to come on here and comment. Don't say I didn't give you a chance. Anyway, so since no one's jumping on, let's go back to where we were before. What's up? So again, thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. I wish Kevin had popped in here, Kevin Jensen, but I'm sure, or even, David I always say his name wrong. Canepa running for Congress, I believe. He's welcome as well. Uh, I appreciate that you guys came here and the people that are here watching. Yeah, I could have made it available to YouTube and everything else. I mean, not YouTube, to Facebook, but I wanted to keep it right on Twitter. I mean, Twitter, on YouTube. Twitter, you can see it. I believe YouTube, you can communicate and talk. And Dr. Seiss, who got Miss Your Cron misbehaving videos. Actually, it was Cron people behaving badly videos. The misbehaving videos were AZ Family. So it's kind of like, rebranding. So I couldn't use the name in Arizona, so we made up a new name. And so you can either, whichever way, it's funny how you know who watched me the longest by the name they use. But it's funny when you have them both together, like Cron misbehaving, when it was Cron people behaving badly, like that sign I got from Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office. On the other side, it has my name. When that's the side, it's supposed to be a street sign. And I told him, I don't care what street you name it after, just don't make it an alley, because then it's just the same stuff over and over again. And once we get Gotham SF up and running, I do plan on doing more of these. So this is kind of like a test run, so you can log in and participate in the process. So I'll take a couple questions real quick. I promised I'll be here till 2 o'clock. I have 15 minutes, a little less than 15 minutes left. At 2 o'clock, I'm going to watch everybody log in about like 1:59. I'm going to try to drag it on past 2. I'm going to do like I do D-Faith when we do our podcast, is that, I'm going to, at 2 o'clock, right in the middle of a conversation, gone. So if you want to say something, do it now, because at 2 o'clock, I'm out here. I got stuff to do. I got places to go, people to see. I've been almost 5 p.m. on the East Coast here. Well, okay, but we're talking about on the West Coast right now. So yes, 5 p.m. on the East Coast. I cut her off every Sunday, right mid-sentence. It's become a kind of a gag where she won't even. Can Mr. Batty Productions? Can you lend me $5? I tell you what, Super Chat is on there. Donate $20 and I'll lend you $5. That way, I know you're committed. Yes, there's Super Chat. You can go in there and you can join, follow. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me wherever you want to. I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here for the people. I'm here for the people with no pudding pops. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That was bad. Well, I see we have a few people starting to say goodbye. I appreciate it. So, what does that stand for? Dr. Sisop. Oh my God. You got it, didn't you, Diane? I know you did. What is happening? Laugh out loud. All right. So that's my invitation to Bill Cosby with the pudding pops. I'm going to be the pudding pops. Want to see you catch the bad guys again on the street. Well, we're working on it. I would have been trying to do it if I hadn't caught the vid, but I managed to go 2 years without the vid, and then I caught the vid full-fledged, caught the vid. And now I got rid of the vid. I got a C on my test, which is outstanding. And if you don't know, when you take a COVID test, there's a T and there's a C. And you have to let it sit for 15 minutes on your home COVID test, and then you drop in drops of the swab you put in, and then you wait 15 minutes. And as it goes, I love parking wars, by the way. As it goes down the line, if the T line lights up, then you're positive. If the C line lights up, then you're negative. If they both light up, then you're positive. If just the C line, then you're negative. And it's like a pregnancy test for COVID. Except for you don't have to pee on it, so I guess that's okay. All right. I'm not losing my mind, but it says 1:45, and I swore it said 1:45 15 minutes ago. time go backwards on me? I love parking words, by the way. Even though I wish that A&E would. I knew they shot more than 12. I know they shot more than 12. Yes, you are losing your mind, Beeb. Yes. Means system operator before internet. We used to use BBS, bulletin board service. We dial info. Being sheriff, everyone is coming after you. Hats off for everyone who takes that. It's funny that you mentioned that because I talk to people who are no longer in law enforcement who are still being attacked. And I work alongside law enforcement, which automatically labels me a police apologetic, according to some people. And, all I'm trying to do is educate people about the rules of whatever the rules are. I'm just as disappointed for bad cops as I am as anyone else. They have a certain level to uphold. And, when I first moved to Phoenix and I talked to Phoenix PD, the first thing they said to me was they eat their own. I didn't understand what that meant. We eat our own. And he's retired, but he explained to me what that meant was that we don't want bad cops on our department. And if you are a bad cop, we'll get you out. So there are some cases around the country where, it was like somebody sent me a link today, and I get these a lot. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was a DM in Twitter, and it was legit. Like, hold on, person wrote. So it was a tweet. A police chief in Ohio trafficked hundreds of illegal automatic guns, and he was only sentenced to probation. So, in some cases, they're catching some of the bad cops who are involved in things they shouldn't be. But I know a lot of cops I've dealt with over the years, and I've dealt with a lot of. My daughter used to say, "Dad, do you know every cop?" And I always say to her, "I don't know every cop, but they seem to know me." The ones I've dealt with have always been above board. And whenever I ride along with an officer, I tell them the same thing every single time I get in the car with law enforcement. My speech is just like this. Good afternoon. How you doing? You know who I am, apparently. You're riding with me today. We're going to be out in the field. We're going to be shooting stories. You're telling the story. I am only recording the story as it goes on. Do not do anything that's going to jeopardize your safety because you're on camera. At the end of the day, I want to go home and you want to go home. Don't do anything on camera that will embarrass you, that your mom will be disappointed about you. Try not to do anything that will embarrass the agency. It's a camera. It's not rolling 24/7, but it is rolling. And anything you say can and could be used against you. So do your job professionally. I'm not saying you aren't professional. I'm saying that I'm asking you to make sure that that I don't do anything that makes me feel uncomfortable, and vice versa. Your job is law enforcement. My job is to document us out on the road today. And you will not see what I air until it airs. And they get, it's scary when you don't know what someone's going to write about you or what they're going to put out. And I look at, I'm second set of eyes because the same way I don't want to be shot, run over. And, I've been in car crashes in police cars. If you look on my YouTube channel, there is a video of me in a crash with LAPD. I've been doing ride-alongs with law enforcement since the 90s when I rode with Officer Michael Starr from the Monterey CHP office. That was my very first ride-along with law enforcement. And I've done cops. I've done LAPD, the TV series. I've done, obviously, people behaving badly, caught misbehaving. Those are all the things I've done. If you look behind me, that's a picture outside of O.J. Simpson's house. That was when he was arrested. I was there covering that whole story. So I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not new to the game. I'm not a newbie. But yet, every single time, I have to prove myself all over again that I know what I'm doing. It's the craziest thing in the world. is that no matter how many times I try to do something, I need to reprove that I can still do it. Even though I got boxes in the closet full of awards to prove that I've done it. I got a wall of stuff I hung up that prove that I can do it. But people still want to test me every single time. They want to know what my value is. Why do I have to prove my value every single time? I was not, Dr. Sips, were you on TV when you lived in New Jersey? I was not. I lived in New Jersey. I was never on TV. I was never involved in television until I got to Salinas. I got my first job at KCBA Fox 35 in Sanford and Salinas, sweeping floors and doing studio camera. I actually was in the high-tech industry and was recruited by Texas Instruments to work for Silicon Systems in Santa Cruz before I ended up working in television. I used to say it's about TV that, oh my God, I can't believe I get paid to do this. Now I'm like, oh my God, I don't get paid enough. Because it's crazy. I'm guilty by default because by association. So people throw me under the bus because I get several things. I get, if I'm black and I work in TV, I'm a sellout. I'm an Uncle Tom. I'm a this, I'm that. If I'm that's for the black community. The white community says that, oh, you're a cop apologetic, whatever it is that they're trying to say. I'm the token. I got hired the job because they need to hire and fill the quota for black people. And so I'm really like in this middle where I don't fit in for anyone's world. I'm just right there. That's me. I don't fit in anywhere. And I mean, people literally come to me and hand me their car keys and ask me to park their car because they assume I'm a valet. I've had show up at a scene to shoot a story, and I've had law enforcement tell me to have a seat on the curb because I don't belong here, until they find out that I do belong here, and then they apologize. And yes, that did happen. I'm not going to say what agency, but it did happen. It's crazy that, and the weirdest part about doing people behaving badly, I wasn't necessarily famous for crime. As strange as it sounds, the fame I got wasn't for Cron 4. Although there was a level of fame from Cron 4, the level I received for people behaving badly, you ready? Was YouTube. Because D. Faith and I would travel around the country, in other countries and others, and they say, hey, are you that guy from YouTube? Mr. People Behaving Badly from YouTube. In the desert, in the middle of, what was it? Lancaster. Guy in a behind the counter at a Chick-fil-A was like staring at me, and he goes, you're that YouTube guy. Canada, who's behaving badly. Or I'm sitting at a funeral and goes, who's behaving badly here? I'm like, really? Thank you, Palmdale. So it's Palmdale. Mexico, not New Mexico, actual Mexico. Philadelphia, Texas, Seattle. I'm standing in Seattle and fishing down by the pike, and people are like, hey, aren't you? Hey, Stanley Roberts. So it's the fame didn't come from crime as everybody thinks. The fame came from YouTube, which made it even harder when my YouTube account was deleted and I lost 88,000 subscribers. 88,000 subscribers I lost from YouTube. And the part that hurt me the worst was that there was video in there that wasn't TV related. Not at all. Stuff that I'll never, ever, ever be able to get back when that account disappeared. And it should never have disappeared. It was a spiteful move, and it happened. And it is what it is. So we have about 5 minutes left, and I said we're going to be here till 2 o'clock, and I'm going to keep my word. But, without starting getting back into old things. But even today, people still ask me, why are you not at Cron anymore? And if you go to cron4.com, I'm still on their website, like I still work there. And some people still believe I work there. Typically, when the person leaves a TV station, they don't keep their content on their online. They get rid of it. News reports are buried somewhere. in their website, not a page just dedicated to, one particular person. Strangest world we live in. Strange world where I have to prove myself every single time. Strange world when I ask for help on GoFundMe and it becomes a weapon for people to use. It's really been bizarre. And you wish you could check out and say, I'm done. Thank you. Where's the aliens? Come pick me up. Take me to another planet. Just doesn't, I make fun of reasons why aliens never invaded Earth because I look at it as saying that, and that was a podcast, reasons why aliens would ever invade Earth. There's a YouTube channel, not YouTube channel, sorry, a Twitter account called Reasons Why Aliens Would Ever Invade Earth. The reason why I did that was because it gave people to understand that the world is so crazy that we live in that why would anyone from another planet want to invade this planet? I mean, look at how imagine there would be a fight, a political fight. There would be a political fight over whether or not the aliens should be here, or we should kill the aliens, or we should put a mask on the aliens, or we should hide the aliens. There'll be some fight, or the aliens can't get on planes. Aliens cause monkeypox. There'll be something that would be against them for them to be here. We're just so dysfunctional here. I love America, but oh my God, some of the stuff is cringeworthy. It's cringeworthy. And, we have 2 minutes left. I'm going to end on this note again. And thank you. And the note I'm still banging my head against the wall is that I've donated boxes and boxes of pencils and paper to school teachers because there's no money for supplies. There's no money to supply school teachers with pencils and papers and stuff that the kids need to learn. But yet we are willing to give them guns and backpacks that are bulletproof because people are walking into schools and shooting up our schools. And we can't come around to coming to a logical reason to fix whatever the problem is. Come on, people, look at that. I mean, look at how, I don't know what to say. I'm literally at a lost for words on this one. That, how does this even happen? They don't have supplies, but yet we want to give them guns. I watched CNN today, and they gave a teacher and showing her backpacks with Kevlar inside the backpacks in case her school gets. That's like, remember back in the day, and I got a minute left. What year did I leave New Jersey, and what part of Jersey? I left in the late '80s in Camden. If you look on it used to be on my Twitter. Born in Philadelphia, raised in Camden. I mean, she even had a bar to put up to block her door. Remember when we used to have the earthquake the nuclear weapon drills? We had to duck and cover, which was the dumbest thing in the world. If it's a nuclear blast, duck and cover is not going to save your life. If it's a nuclear blast, ducking and covering behind a desk is not going to save your life from a nuclear bomb. But yet, that's what we thought was the idea of way to save ourselves, was to duck and cover. Anyway, I'm done. Wrapping this thing up. I appreciate everybody who took time. This is on YouTube. I may republish it somewhere else. But you're welcome to, reach out to me on Twitter, Stanley Roberts, Instagram, Stanley Roberts TV, or Facebook, Stanley Roberts News. And you know it's me because there's a check mark, not the fake accounts. It's me. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And hey, have a good day. Peace.